Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know who I am, my name is Shook. I make videos for NBA, make videos for NFL. All these videos, they get posted on this subreddit right here. It's called DF Sports with one S. Make updates with all the news that comes out throughout the day. You can ask me questions about the slate. Anything you need, this will be linked down below. And if you ever need to get a hold of me privately, you can get a hold of me on Twitter right there. All right, let's get into my lineups from tonight. So, a really great day overall for me. I think it was, just an okay day. I would say, pretty decent. But if you're looking for more in-depth content where I give you guys cores, player pools, private videos for night slate, showdown, main slates, all that good stuff, my Discord link will be down below. And we just absolutely crushed tonight. Just absolutely nuked this entire slate. What, like $15 into $200 there? Nice day there. Nice day there. Nice day here. That lineup's sick. Nice day there. Nice day there. That's my lineup. Nice there. What? Couple hundred into a couple thousand. That's fantastic. $40 into almost $500. Another nice win there. Just absolutely fantastic. Another over $1,000 win, just crazy. Another $1,000 win. What, $19 into a couple hundred there. Yeah, it was a great night overall, I guess you could say. So let's go over my main slate lineup first. Main slate, my core today was Giannis Antetokounmpo, Trey Jameson, Gigi Jackson, and Scottie Pippen Jr. So core absolutely smashed. Rounded out with Anthony Edwards, SGA, and Jacob Gilyard, and Tyson Evbuomwan. I don't know how to say his name, but yeah, core smashed. Jam Memphis. I told everyone I wanted absolutely nothing to do with Luke Kennard today. I made Patreon updates. I made updates on the Reddit. If you read here, this game is most likely going to blow out. Guys that won't play in a blowout are Roddy and Kennard. I'm not touching either, etc. So I wanted to jam the guys that I knew would get blowout run, right? So that's what I did. Ended up working out well. And then on the night slate, my core for the night slate was Jay Crowder, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Scoot Henderson, and Anthony Simons and Bobby Portis. Um, I was absolutely shocked by this ownership on the Portland guys. Absolutely shocked by it. They were the best plays in the slate, and they were 70% faded Simons, 60% faded Scoot. Jay Crowder was the best value play on the slate. Over half the field faded him. Jamal Murray only 19% owned, so yeah, not sure what the field's doing here, but ended up being a smash for me. So yeah, hopefully you guys had a great night. Let's get into this 6-game slate for tomorrow, the 5th of February. All right, let's do it. Lakers and Charlotte, really, really good spot here. So looking at these spend ups on the slate, we possibly have Kyrie Irving with no Luka Doncic. We have Sabonis. We have Donovan Mitchell, who's been on a tear of late, and Tyrese Maxey with the team to himself. So outside of that, some pretty good spend ups here. But I think Anthony Davis going up against the Charlotte team should be able to absolutely feast here. I think he's a really good spend up. He has nice eligibility with the power forward eligibility. I would expect both LeBron and AD to play here, and like I said, he should be able to feast. So I'm really, really high on Anthony Davis. I think he's a great spend up on this slate. I think LeBron's playable as well, but I'd rather just play Anthony Davis there. D'Lo, they've been going, with the he got into a bit of foul trouble, but like previous to that, he has been playing, around 40 minutes a game. This game he got benched. Like, yeah, it's still in the range of outcomes he could get benched. He wouldn't be anywhere near a priority for me if both LeBron and AD play, but still playable at 7-1. Austin Reeves just played huge minutes last game, 39 minutes last game. I would expect normally mid 30s minutes, which makes him, playable, but no standout here if both the main guys are in. They started Rui last game, but you saw Prince get the bump in minutes. They actually closed with Prince as well. If Rui starts, you can go there. I think the range of outcomes, like, would I be surprised if Rui closed? No. Would I be surprised if Prince closes? No. So, like, I don't know what they're going to do there. I think they're kind of just going to, whoever's playing a bit better. might be in the closing lineup. So like both Rui and Prince are in play for value. I feel like we'll have better value though. Rui is definitely the better point per minute guy between the two. So whichever you want to go to, I think it's fine. Like I said, I think we'll just have some better value, but both are playable. I don't know if I go to anyone else here, if both those guys are in. Now, if we get, both out, we know what to do. Then D'Lo's going to look amazing. Austin Reeves is going to look amazing. I'd really like Rui. Prince would be a solid value. The bigs would look good. Christie would be playable at 3.5. So there would just be a ton to like here if they're both out. All right, moving on to the Hornets. So we'll see about LaMelo. If he's out, I would expect him to be. I would expect everyone to be out that was out today to be out tomorrow. Doesn't make sense to sit them today on the front end of a back-to-back, but we'll see here. So I would expect them to be out here once again. So if that's the case, I love Miles Bridges at 8.2K. He had a bad game tonight. Hopefully that lowers his ownership tomorrow, but I love him going up against this Lakers team. I just love the pace of this game. I'm really, really high on Miles Bridges here once again if all these guys are out. If you want to play Brandon Miller, I'm not going to say no either. He's been incredible of late. Usage has been on an uptick. He's stuffing the stat sheet. He's playing big minutes. It's a really good spot up against the Lakers. So, like, both the top two guys definitely look pretty good here for Charlotte. PJ Washington's minutes have uptick of late. He's probably my least favorite of the top three, but still firmly in play. I definitely prefer PJ to Nick Richards as well. And then if Martin's out, they started Ish Smith. Ish Smith would be a solid value at 3.6K. He just had a really bad game tonight. They're starting McGowan's as well. I don't think I'll go there. If Martin's in, it kind of muddies up the water for the other values. Moving on to Dallas, we have Luka questionable, Kyrie Irving probable, and Maxi Kleber questionables. Now, if everyone's in and they start Kleber again, I'm going to like Kleber for value at 4.1K, but they do have more bodies in the rotation if Kyrie does play. But yeah, I think Kleber would be solid value. If, like I said, both are in, it's going to be downgrades to the value. Josh Green would definitely be a downgrade at 4.9. He'd be overpriced. Derek Jones Jr. at 4.4 would still be in play, but still a downgrade. Luka, Kyrie would both look solid. Prefer Luka. Tim Hardaway Jr. would be priced right. There really wouldn't be much here. I think my favorite player would just be whoever starts with the 5 or Luka. Now, if we get Luka out, then Kyrie Irving's going to shoot up to probably one of the best spin-ups on the slate. I would absolutely love him at 8.5K. We'll see what they do with the starting lineup. They could do a number of things. They could shift Hardy into the starting lineup. They could shift Tim Hardaway Jr. into the starting lineup. They could do a number of things here. Also, that if Klebe is out, we'll see. They could start Dwight Powell. They can go back to Rashawn Holmes. Like, keep an eye on it. There's definitely some lineup stuff, some news here that we have to keep an eye on. I will make updates on Reddit when we do get that news. But yeah, like I said, if Luka is out, I love Kyrie. Tim Hardaway Jr. would have to do a ton more. He'd be a very solid play. The value would look good here. Jaden Hardy, if he starts, would look really good. They could always, not start him. There's been games in the past with Luka out where he started, not started, so just keep an eye on that. Derek Jones Jr. would be solid. And then I like whoever starts at the 5, and then Grant Williams would be playable. And yeah, I think that's it. Just keep an eye on who starts there for Dallas if Luka's out, and whoever starts at the 5. All right, moving on to Philly. I absolutely love Tyrese Maxey. With the team to himself, no Joel Embiid. He's one of my favorite spin-ups on the slate. Once again, I am praying to God he's low owned, but she'll play 40 minutes in a competitive game. Absolutely doing everything for this team. I really like Tyrese Maxey here. Tobias Harris, I do expect to be playing here. We'll see, though. If he's in, I think he's a very, very safe play. Good thing with Tobias is the way the Sixers run their rotation, he will play a bit when Tyrese Maxey is off the court. So, he'll have the team to himself for, 10 minutes a game when Maxey is off the court. So, and he's going to be high usage anyway. He's going to be the second go-to guy, right? So I think Tobias Harris looks very good. Kelly Oubre is in play, but I would say he's probably priced right with everyone healthy. Paul Reed, minutes have been up, they've been down. Still intrigued by him for tournaments, just because if he does get the minutes, he'll probably smash, but more of a tournament-only play. Pat Bev's priced right. Morris, he's fine. It's just Marcus Morris, right? I don't know if I get to the Houses of the world, the KJs of the world, if Tobias Harris is in. If Tobias is out, then I love Maxey. Oubre would be very solid. And then you could consider a House and a KJ Martin, etc. Moving on to Sacramento, this team's just pissing me off, man. Kevin Huerter was playing huge minutes, and then now they're going back to Malik Monk. So what I will say with the Wings, They're going back to what they've been doing in the past, where they're just riding the hot hand. Of late, it's been Monk. I will say, if Monk continues to get 30 minutes a game, he's way too cheap, and I would really, really like him. But they can always troll his minutes if he's not playing well. So just be a little bit careful there. If he's someone who's going to be really, really popular tomorrow, I think you could definitely make the argument to fading him, and go to like a Kevin Herter if you want, a Keegan Murray, etc. So I do like Monk at that price point. Just know the minutes up and down. Sabonis Fox, at their price points, I think look good. I think there are better spin ups. Tough matchup going up against Cleveland. Cleveland, one of the best defensive teams in the league. They are healthy again as well. So more contrarian spin ups for me. And then, like I said, I like Monk, but just be careful there. Keegan's fine. I like the ceiling a bit more on Monk, and then Kevin Herter more GPP only. But if you get 39 minutes again from him, they go back to him. He's probably going to crush this price point. So intrigued by the Wings for tournaments, but they're very risky. Barnes, I'm not going to go to. I'd rather just play Herter or Monk. And then Trey Lyles, a playable value that should see high teens minutes, just fine. Moving on to Cleveland, so good spot here. I mean, I'm still pretty high on Donovan Mitchell. Even with everyone healthy, he's still been smashing. Like the spot, pace of spot going up against Sacramento. So I'm still pretty high on Donovan Mitchell. Everyone's on limits, so it's hard to go to Garland, hard to go to Mobley. Jared Allen's just there for me at 7-6 with everyone back. I don't think I get to anyone else. Now, if you get a situation where Jared Allen's out, they'll probably just start Evan Mobley at the 5, insert Dean Wade in the starting lineup. I don't know. I mean, he'd be playable, Wade that is, but Mobley still on a limit, hard to go there. Garland too, so mainly just Donovan Mitchell here for me on the Cavs. Moving on to the Clippers, back to back here. I believe they played today, right? Paul George saw 33 minutes as well, so keep an eye on this. We'll see if Paul George is playing. I think I expect him to play, but we'll see here. But maybe he goes back to his minutes limit. Maybe he doesn't see over 30 today, but it's a really, really good spot going up against Atlanta here. So with all three healthy, I don't think one necessarily stands out to me. I think all three are firmly in play. I think the field will probably gravitate towards like a Kawhi Leonard. The spots are really, really good. So like I think they're all solid options. I think, like I said, the field will probably gravitate towards like Kawhi Leonard. If that's the case, I'd just rather go to James Harden, right? I'll just rather play the low-end option between these guys. Westbrook's overpriced. Zubac could sit. It's a back-to-back, first game back in a while here. If he sits, you can consider like a Mason Plumlee. It's fair value. Norm Powell's priced right. I don't know if I go to anyone else. And then Zubac was on a limit today. Moving on to Atlanta, so we have Sadiq Bey and DeAndre Hunter, both questionable. And then we have Capella out. So Congo is the best value play on the slate. It's not close. I absolutely love him at 5.1K. Should play huge minutes. Good point per minute guy. I absolutely love him. He's the best value play on the slate right now. And then if Bay and Hunter are out, they're probably going to start like Garrison Matthews. There's no way I'm playing him. I believe he had a big game too last game. Or he started off hot, but not going to play him. Trey, DeJounte in a really, really tough spot. Just fine. I think I prefer Trey to DeJounte. And then if the Wings are out, Jalen Johnson's probably going to have to play all the minutes he can handle. Could even get some backup 5 run. He'd be intriguing, but I would expect Bruno Fernando to get the backup 5 run. I actually think he's decent value. He's not bad point per minute. Should play teens minutes. I actually do like Bruno Fernando for value. And I don't think I go to anyone else. And then if the Wings are in, I'm not going to play the Wings. And then I'm not playing Matthews anyway. All right, moving on to the Warriors. I'm pretty high on this team once again. Kerr's finally running a tight rotation. We have Andrew Wiggins doubtful, so we'll see what they do with the starting lineup. They could start Podziemski and just play him all the minutes they can handle, or they could keep him off the bench and move one of the bigs into the starting lineup. I think Podziemski will start because I know they like Draymond at the 5, or they can move Sarge into the starting lineup as well. We'll see here. But with that being said, I'm still really high on this Warriors team. So like Steph, he's been on a tear of late. I don't mind him in tournaments because we know the ceiling's there. But I'm still high on Kuminga. I still really like Kuminga, even at 7K. I think Draymond's very solid at 6.4K. He's going to play all the minutes he can handle. Klay Thompson's going to play a ton of minutes. I like his ceiling in GPPs. Podziemski I really like at 5.7K. He's going to play a ton of minutes. Good point per minute guy. I'm really high on him. Sarge might get a bump with Wiggins out. He's intriguing for value. Be careful here with Lester Quinones. He closed in overtime because Kuminga fouled out. So just be a little bit careful here. He played an extra 5 minutes. I think it was 5 minutes in overtime because Kuminga fouled out. Is he playable? Yeah. Good point per minute guy. Should see teens minutes. Just be a little bit careful though. He gained minutes from playing in overtime. I believe it was he played the entire overtime after Kuminga fouled out. So be a little bit careful there. And then, like I said, Sarge, intriguing. And then if for some reason they start Sarge, I like Sarge. And I still really would like Pods off the bench. Another team I'm high on here is Brooklyn. So they're also running a pretty tight rotation here. Ben Simmons out as well, but do have Dennis Smith Jr. back. So that could potentially hurt Spencer Dinwiddie. But Mikal Bridges at 7.2K, going to be their go-to guy. I like his ceiling for GPPs. I think the guy that stands out to me the most is Cam Thomas at 6.6K. He's just chucking when he's out there. He's a black hole. He's going to shoot the ball 20 plus time. He's playing huge minutes, super high usage. Love his ceiling in GPPs. I think Cam Johnson is very, very safe at 5K. He's been averaging about 30 minutes a game right now. No Ben Simmons as well. So he's too cheap. Spencer Dinwiddie, I think, is very solid at 5K as well. Now, with Dennis Smith Jr. back, he could lose minutes, so a little bit riskier, but 5K, definitely solid to me. Lonnie Walker, his minutes have been up of late. If you continue to give him this many minutes, he's going to stand out as a good value because we know he's a good point per minute guy. I don't know if I go to anyone else here. If you want to go to like a Dennis Smith Jr. that should see high teens minutes, another good point per minute guy off the bench, I actually don't mind it at this price point. So yeah, this game looks pretty good. Pretty good. Moving on to Toronto here. So we'll see. It's a back-to-back. We had Jakob back for his second game. We also have RJ Barrett back for his first game coming off a knee injury. So we'll see if anyone pops up on the injury report tomorrow. But assuming everyone's healthy, no standouts here. I think Quickly is a good GPP play, but like RJ Barrett's priced right, Scotty's priced right, Jakob minutes weren't great until overtime. Bruce Brown got his minutes cut. Dennis Schroeder still played big minutes. Trent would be a fine value. So there wouldn't be too much here to love on Toronto. Then if people are out, then, we could consider like a, we'll see if Jonte's back, but like a Thad Young, if like Pirtle for some reason sits on a back-to-back, he would stand out as a really good value. So like we'll see there. Moving on to the Pelicans, we have Zion questionable, we have Herb Jones questionable, we have Larry Nance questionable. So if Nance is out, it's going to solidify a little bit more minutes for Jonas. They can still always close small. My worry is they can close small. Like this is a matchup where I think they can definitely close small. But if Nance is out, I would expect high 20s minutes from Jonas, maybe a bit more. So like Jonas would be a very solid play. If we get a situation where Zion and Herb Jones are out, we'll see what they do with the starting lineup. But they'll probably start like a Trey Murphy. Did they play without Zion last game? No, they didn't. They'll probably start like a Trey Murphy. It's like CJ, Ingram, Jonas, Trey Murphy. They could move like a Dyson in, or they can move a Najee Marshall in. But either scenario, both would be solid values in Dyson and Najee. I'd be really, really high on Brandon Ingram and CJ McConnell. Would love both of them. Trey Murphy would be a very, very good value. And then, like I said, the values in Dyson and Najee would both look good as well. Now, if everyone's in, I think Zion looks pretty good at 7.5K. Played huge minutes last game. I think all the main guys look solid. Like all seem a bit too cheap, but good to see Zion did play 36 minutes last game because they've been capping his minutes a little bit. And then if Nance plays, I actually think he's a solid value at 3.2K. That should see around 20 minutes. Like I do like Nance if he plays. Jonas would be a bit riskier then, and then Herb Jones just fine, and then Dyson Najee would be out of play for me, and then the main guys would look good. All right, so that's going to wrap it up for the video. I hope you guys had a great night tonight, and I will talk to you guys in the next one.